Welcome to Métele Sazón. Today I'm making pernil, a Puerto Rican classic, and I have a special guest with me today. It's my girl Jennifer of Patron Eats. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. We have two different cultures coming together. I'm Puerto Rican, Jen is Dominican. I'm curious to know, is there a major difference in how we cook pernil in Puerto Rico versus Dominican Republic?
De 10 años para acá es que el dominicano sabe hacer cuerito. O como dominicana lo puedo decir ahora. El gusto lo da el orégano dominicano. Así que tú, boricua, acéptalo también. Que el orégano es que le da el toque.
Listen, this will cause a fight in every Puerto Rican household, every Caribbean household. Who cooks the best pernil? Who has the method down packed? Olvídate.
Now let's cook this pernil. For this recipe, you will need the following ingredients. Check the description for measurements and step-by-step instructions. So the pernil I'm working with is about 9 pounds. You want it to say pork shoulder, bone in, skin on. I like to remove the skin completely off the pernil, and I also cook it separately from the pernil, but we'll get into that later. That's how my mama makes it, that's how I make it. Now I'm going to clean the pernil with vinegar, lime juice. You can also add salt here. This is going to ensure the pernil is thoroughly cleaned and free of any bacteria. Follow the same process on the skin, on top, underneath. We want this pernil to be squeaky clean. Rinse the meat and skin thoroughly with cold water until that water runs clear. Now here are some key ingredients for this recipe, and these are non-negotiables. You cannot make this pernil without sazón, limes, garlic, and Dominican oregano. To a bowl, I'm adding crushed garlic, sofrito, bouillon, my blend of seasonings, olive oil, vinegar, and lime juice. Give that a good mix, and now we're going to season the pernil with this delicious marinade. I'm going to make some crisscross slits in the pernil on the top and on the bottom because we want the seasoning to penetrate deep into the meat and infuse the pernil with flavor completely throughout. Now we add that marinade and we're gonna rub that thing all over, top and bottom, and make sure to get in those holes we created. Now flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to cover the pernil with aluminum foil and store in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days. Next, I'm going to place the skin in a separate pan, and with paper towels, we're going to pat it down and dry it off to eliminate any moisture. Sprinkle with salt because that's going to draw out even more moisture and ensure a super crispy, crunchy cuerito. Cover with aluminum foil and store in the refrigerator until it's time to cook. On cooking day, we're going to pat it down with paper towels again to remove any moisture, and this is going to cook in the oven uncovered at 350 degrees for about 2 hours. Before putting the pernil in the oven, I like to add some warm broth to get those juices going. Then I cover it with aluminum foil, and this is going to cook in the oven at 350 degrees for about 5 hours. Then I uncover it and continue cooking for about another hour. And when it's completely done, it should look and sound like this. Now we're going to shred the pernil, and as you can see, the meat is falling right off the bone. Once everything is shredded, pour the drippings over the meat because that's where all the concentrated flavor is. Now let's enjoy some cuerito ASMR. Y ya tú sabes, the full recipe is in the description and you can find more recipes at madewithsazon.com. Now it's time to taste.
Thank you for watching this episode of Métele Sazón. Let me know if you tried the recipe. I love to hear from mi familia. Subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the next video. Ya tú sabes.
Hola, my name is Elena and I share Latin recipes at madewithsazon.com. I'm a mom of 2 kids, Ella and Cameron. I have a passion for cooking and I'm so happy you're here. Buen provecho.
En la República Dominicana lo que hacen es hierven la pierna, usan mucho orégano y el cuerito por eso no queda tan crujiente como el boricua. Como a mí me gusta mi cuerito, yo lo hago bori dominicano. ¿Qué consiste de eso? Lo seco bien, aseguro que no quede mojado. Yo le echo sazón al cuerito, solamente sal. Nosotros no le echamos eso, le echamos mucho orégano, mucho sazón dominicano. Yo le echo sopita.
That's interesting. So no sazón in the pernil dominicano.
No.
Okay, so let's talk sazón because I feel like I'm committing a major sin with this one. When I was pregnant with my son, I gave up on Goya products, mainly the seasonings. I said, I don't want to use this anymore. I'm not a fan of the Red 40 and the MSG. So ever since I had my kids, I've been a little bit more health conscious. I like to make my own blend of sazón and I like to use healthier alternatives, healthier brands. But for the pernil, I just feel like it's so necessary. It's the one thing that I pull out that sazón Goya for. I just can't do it without it.
But you're making that conscious decision. Like, I feel like that's what free market is. If you want to eat healthier and you want to eat more clean, go ahead, girl. I support you.
Okay, so this is a question that I get all the time. Everybody wants to know, how do you season the cuerito, the chicharrón, so that it comes out crispy and flavorful? So personally, I have done it with the marinade that I use for the pernil, and I've done it with salt only. When I season it with salt only, I get the best results because it's crispy, crunchy, it's everything that it's supposed to be. The only thing for me is lacking a little flavor. So when I season it with the marinade, it's flavorful. It does get a little crispy, but it doesn't give me that crunch, that I'm looking for. What's your experience with this?
I can see the lack of depth of flavor, but what I do is I over season the meat para cuando quede la capa encima del pernil, it infuses the flavor. Y también I marinate for at least 2 nights.
So here's the kicker, right? When I cook the pernil, I remove the skin, but I take it off completely.
Decapótalo.
Yes. Traditionally, people slice it off, but they leave it attached on one side. I remove it completely and I cook it separately.
Oh.
That's different. Like I got that from my mama.
That is.
So my mom, she removes the skin completely. We cook it in 2 different pans. I think the reason why is because she feels that all that grease that's underneath the skin seeps into the meat, and that's supposed to moisturize it, right? Keep it moist. But the meat already has a lot of fat in it, so it's not necessary. And I feel like the meat is less greasy, but still moist. I do it like that because that's how my mom does it. If you rather keep it on, that's fine. But my recipe does call for full removal of the skin.
Yo vine para comer.